That was mine.
Oh, man, these things are all sunk in the ground. I said the ground was taking them over.
Uh-oh, that ain't good. I got a battery in my truck, it's brand new, and it set out here through all that snow and ice and that.
Yeah.
Running.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and drag this one out so I can get to the front. Your air hose not long enough.
Yeah, you can pull it out a little bit.
Oh man. One, two. There we go. Believe I can reach it now. So we got a 2005 Polaris Trail Blazer 250. These things were pretty cool four-wheelers. They're kind of like the sporty automatic type. They're belt driven, 2-stroke, oil injected. I wasn't too crazy about the oil injection setup on it though. They usually stop working and you burn up a piston. So we used to just pre-mix it in the tank. But this one's pretty much all factory, all stock. I don't think anybody's been digging in it. It's got the factory tires, which were pretty good before it set up for 10-15 years. It's got some cracks. I aired them up and they're starting to go back down, so we'll probably either find some more tires or for the time being throw some green slime in them. This one's cracked real bad. That's a blowout waiting to happen. But yeah, it's got the pretty cool long travel shocks. Somebody's car alarm going off. This is your oil injection bottle here. Let's see if there's any oil in here. Oh man, that's been on there for a good while. It's full. So that's a good sign. So that means that the oil injection is still connected. Like I said, these are automatic. You got your high, neutral, and reverse. Some of these have high, low gears. This one shifted like that. Throttle's free. Let's see. Front brake feels like it works. Lights on and off. It's kind of sticky. Now these have the override button, and that's for when you put it in reverse, you can hold the override and it won't let the RPMs build up so high when you go in reverse. So you can override it. Just hold the button and back up. Like if you want to back up kind of slow or whatever. Let's see, it's got the key in it. Choke. Let's see. Gas tank. Ooh. That's like a float system that's on the gas top. Tells you how much gas is in it. We have to clean that off. The float is stuck, so that won't work. I can already tell by looking at that the gas tank is going to be pretty much full of sludge and crap. Let's get a light and look down in there. I can see in there. It's empty, but I see some brownness in there, so we'll have to clean that out. Like I say, these are automatic, belt driven. There's the rear brake master cylinder. I don't know if the brakes are still working. I have to roll it. Now these have the engine that's separate from the transmission. Here's the transmission here, and here's the engine. So they're also pull start. There's a pull start right here. I don't know why they put it up under this cover, because that'll be kind of hard to pull start like this. It's crazy. 2-stroke, pipes all intact. Pretty cool four-wheeler, pretty good shape. Like I said, it's just been sitting. The seat's in good shape, it's not torn. Good tail light. Disc brake. That battery's no good, so we got a new battery for it. Got the long travel adjustable rear shock. So you can get airborne. Let's take the seat off and we gotta take it off anyway. Sit over there. See what's in the air box. Hopefully there's no surprises like the quad runner. Really freaked me out. Not bad. Good air filter. That's nice. That looks like the factory air filter. It's not all chewed up. There's the carb. We'll be taking it off and cleaning it. And to get this tank out, you gotta pull the whole front plastics off. Lovely. It's got like 1,000,000 screws. So basically, I guess we'll start with removing the front plastics. We gotta get the gas tank out anyway and clean it out because it's got some gumminess in it. And also, we gotta get in there to get to the carb. So I guess we'll just go ahead and snatch the front plastics off and like I say, remove the tank and the carburetor and go from there. I guess well, I know it turns over because I just pulled the pull start, so let's just see anyway. Oh, she's got compression. So we know it ain't locked up. So ain't no sense in putting a battery in it right now until we get ready to fire it up. So let's get tearing into this thing and see what we need to do to get her back running, and hopefully it won't take so much which I don't think it will. Like I say, these things are 2-stroke, so they're pretty simple to work on. So let's see what tools we need. These are Torx head screws. Man, these plastics are on there too. They got stuff everywhere. They got screws for days. We probably can get the carburetor off without the plastics. We can just take the air box off, but this gas tank, I don't know. I don't know if we should try it. Flush it out. Actually, it's not that bad. It's got a little, it's like no gas in it, but it's, I don't know what that is in there. It's actually empty. I think I heard something. Yeah, it's got a little bit in it. Be on the safe side, we'll just rip the plastics off of it. Take the tank out. Clean it the right way. Go from there. I don't really feel like dealing with carburetors getting stopped back up. I don't think it'll be that bad once we get everything off. Even though it's got about 40,000 different types of screws on it. Find us a can. Those look like 7/16s down on the fender. 7/16 and Phillips head. Since there's so many screws, I'm not gonna bore you guys with me just taking screws off. We'll just get all the screws off and get the plastics off, and then we'll get back. So I got curious. I was fixing to take the plastics off, and I said, what will happen if we just hook the gas bottle to it, put a battery in it, and just see what it even fire up. So I found the gas bottle. I unhooked the line from the gas tank. It's got a, I guess I can just put like a zip tie or something around the hose. Either the carburetor is going to leak or it's going to crank it up. At least we'll know if the starter's good. And the wires didn't get all eaten by mice like it did on the quad runner. I don't know if you guys remember. I picked up a, I think it was a 99 Suzuki quad runner and this four-wheeler all at the same time. They have been sitting there, I think, 10, 15 years or something like that. We got the quad runner going, and this thing's just been sitting ever since. Like I say, got so many projects coming in. I didn't get a chance to get to it, plus I ordered a battery, and it took a while for the battery to get here. So we'll pull this old battery out. probably was a new battery for it set up. It looks pretty good on the outside. Let's make sure the key is off. I think that's off. Got our max battery, brand new. I like these batteries. They're already charged when you get them, pretty much, and they're ready to go. Thank you for choosing Max Battery. Register for your online 3-month warranty. We will do that. That battery fits right in there perfectly. So, get our screws. I didn't hear a spark, so that means ain't no wires shorted and the ignition is off. Stick off there. You can pick these batteries up off of Amazon for around 50 bucks, $50 to $60 actually. And you won't have to worry about a cord, none of that. And I've ordered a bunch of them, so. All right, so the battery's in. Let's see what happens when we turn the key on. Be funny if fire up and run off the bad gas. But I got the gas tank unhooked anyway. So, we got neutral light. Start button is where's the start button? Like a car? Oh, it is like a car. Oh, we got a click. That don't sound good. Sound like me, the starter is either froze from sitting or something. We got tail light, that's good. No start. That means the starter's froze. When does the headlight work? So now we're really gonna have to do some investigating. I think the starter's at the bottom. Yep, your headlight. But let's see, can we get some in there and tap that starter? I'm pretty sure the starter was working. It's best to know now before I get really into it. That starter is buried. starter is like way down up under there. It's right up under the bottom of the engine. Let's see. Maybe get a long bar. And they suck to pull out. I think you have to pull the stator cover off. I think something weird you have to go to pull the. I think you have to pull the clutch off and the cover and all that. Give it like a couple taps. No. Unless we got some eating wires going to it. I do believe probably gonna have to be putting the starter in it. So much for that plan. I think in order to pull the pull starter, I don't know why this cover is right in the way. I mean, the rope will rub this cover. She's got some compression. So let's just see. Maybe I can pull start it. I got some gas. The oiler is still hooked up. So I might be able to just pull start it, and that will get it to go. I'm gonna take this air filter out. At least we'll know if it's firing. I can't even believe how clean that air filter is. Let's just shoot it with something. Just see what it do anything, which would be nice. Hard to play down here. Key on, switch on. She hit off. So we know the firing system's good, but we don't have no start. So let's get some gas and put some gas in the gas bottle. We'll just see if the carburetor is going to pour gas out. Hopefully not. Oh, here's. Like I said, I already pretty much know the gas tank's gonna have to come off because it's got all that stuff in it. And I don't know if they left the gas on. Nope. So let's put the choke on. See what she fire up. That's great. Alright, got something else to start with. Get the starter turn on. I got it hooked to the fuel filter, it's probably stopped up. Last try. Now it's like it's not firing. Last one. We'll pull on the carb. Hopefully it didn't stop firing. Man, these suckers will wear you out. Well, guess we'll move forward with pulling the carb off. And I guess we need to see if it's firing too, so we'll pull the plastics off and then we'll really be able to mess with it and check it all out. Just as I suspected, we had something living right here. It's been chewing on the wires. It's just like the quad runner, but they didn't chew the wires all the way in half. They were just nibbling on them. But I don't think that's our starting problem. Maybe get something backing that out. Hopefully it was just right there. It wasn't nowhere else on it. Maybe that's why it quit firing. I don't know. Oh man, more wires here. Bunch of them. Hopefully we can sort out now. Hopefully we didn't short out nothing. Look right here. These wires here are chewed. I don't know what they go to. Look like that might have been it's a plug-in. Oh, it goes to the oil injector sensor. The bottle, it has a sensor on it. It tells you when the oil's low in the bottle. So that's all that's for. But Those wires there don't go anywhere. We almost got the ignition wires. It's not good to let these four-wheelers and stuff sit up in barns, fields, old garages, because mice and stuff will get in there and they love wires, because the stuff they make the wires out of is vegetables. So it tastes real good to them. I think the chemical they use to make it is made out of vegetables and vegetable oil, stuff like that. Quote me if I'm wrong, but that's why they like chewing on these wires. Tasty little morsels. So now we got to unplug the key switch. I'm gonna go unhook the battery so we won't do any damage. Luckily, I did decide to take the plastic off. I would have never seen that. For a minute, I didn't think they got hold of this one. So, plug here. Actually, we can just take the key switch out. Looks like somebody was doing here. I don't know if that's factory. Somebody's already repaired the wires once. Just right up to the side. Unplug the gauges. Still got a few more screws on the side. Take these. Looks like it's riveted right here in the front. It's got like some kind of pop rivets. Other than that, you have to take the handlebars off. Oh, we got to take the trip cable. So we're taking the tow cable off. I gotta go down to the carburetor. It runs up under the gas tank. Might be able to we'll have to pull the tow cable away from the gas tank because it runs up under there. So anyway, let me get through fighting getting these plastics off, and then we'll be right down to it. So what I ended up doing, I just turned this sideways and it popped right out of the top part of the plastic. Didn't have to pull the choke cable off. But you gotta drill these rivets out because other than that you have to take the handlebars off. I don't think you can. Yeah, you gotta take that. You gotta drill these rivets out so you can just slide the plastic right on off. They don't make it easy for you. The plastic never get off of it. I'm not going to pull the handlebars off of that. Let's see if we got a good drill bit there. Drill that out. That's all my drill bit's gonna be done. Yeah. Time for some new drill bits. Good rivets on there. I have to put out the grinder. Oh no. My drill bit to go. Actually, it's getting so hot it's trying to melt through the plastic. Whew, hot. Let me get the grinder. caps actually are slotted. I guess it was just slotted where you just slide it up. I didn't know. We can always put it back on, maybe put some screws or something in it. Be alright. And just slide it back together. Alright, we can fix it. It's factory. One plastic hole for only. Now we're down to the nitty gritty. Yeah, whoever was under here was just nibbling away. We'll have to try it. Those are the wires going to the gauges. We'll put some tape or something on that. Somebody's repaired these key switch wires before. So now we can get the gas tank off. It's got a steel pet top. You have to pull it. That disconnects the pet top from the gas tank. It's got a little switch on the outside right there. It's on a spring load, so if you just pull it, it pulls it away from the fuel petcock. So these are half-inch. Getting kind of warm. All right, so these things are pretty simple to work on. If you just got one or something, there's really nothing to it. It's just the engine, which is 2-stroke. It just has a crankcase. There's no, the engine's don't have any gearbox made to it like a regular ATV or dirt bike engine, and basically it's just got a crankcase, piston, rings. That's it. A couple seals. Off cleans the gas tank, and they got some kind of clips. Gas line. Never seen those type before. Got some kind of special. Maybe we can just pull the fuel line out. Don't worry about all that. I don't see any other wires that's chewed up. Gas tank's off. Oh, she's stripped. Since we still got the key switch hooked up, I guess we can see, does it still have fire? Is that bolted? That's bolted too. Might as well take that side cover off too, where the pull cord is. I don't know why they put that thing over there. That can potentially rub the hose off. I mean the rope. If you keep using it, they should have had like a little opening cut out. So there's our spark plug. We got a lot of acorns and stuff up here on top. So something's been chillaxing right there. So I guess we'll take the vacuum that out. Before I take the spark plug out, I have to blow it out with air hose. Yeah. Might take the air hose and blow all that out. It's crammed on top of this cylinder. Move all this stuff out of the way. Leave it up to the mice. Man, that stuff is packed in there pretty good. I think that'll be good enough. Oops. So I guess we can see if we got any fire. Sucks that the spark plug, not the spark plug, the pull cord on that side. Close to it. Looks like a 13, 16. That ain't good. That one. See what the plug looks like. Nah, it's brown. It's kind of foul looking. But we can see if it's got fire anyway. Might stay right there. Alright, I don't think you even have to have the battery connected on these to run them. I think the battery is just for the starter and the lights. So I don't think you have to have it, but being we know these wires is just for this oil sensor, we're just gonna unplug the plug. Let's make sure we still got fire. Still no key. We need to take this side cover off over here so I can get to the pull cord. How's it feel? Useless side cover. All right, let's see if she's firing. Oh yeah, she's got fire. So maybe those wires were touching, cut the fire off, or the carburetor just so stopped up that it, well, the plug could just be so bad too. I tell you what, I'm gonna clean this plug off. We could try, I guess try and spray it one more time. Take the carb off, or just go ahead and take it off. I don't know if I can get anything in there the way the air box is. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this key off. And we'll just go ahead and take the carb off. And we'll go ahead and take the carb off, get it up on the table, and see what's going on with it. At least we know it's firing. Basically, we're right at it, so just these two 10mm bolts and 2 clamps, carbs out of there. So I got the air box out of the way. Now we just gotta take the slide off. There's the transmission. Slide looks really clean. It's got these little lines. That looks like a breather line there. It should have lines for the oil injection. I think this line actually goes in there, like this other one is. I'm thinking this is the oil injection line. This little small clear line. Oh no, that's might be just a breather. Let's see what it's connected to. So the oil injection line is this line right here on the side of the carburetor. It's gonna be hard to get off. It's on there pretty good. Flathead. I had to pull the carb off of it. I want to pinch a hole in it though. Loosen it up. There she goes. That's the oil injection line, I believe. And then we got the choke. It should come off of there. Yeah, that was the oil injection line. So now we just got to get the choke cable off. Which looks like a 1/2 inch. Alright, so we got the carb off. Let's break into it and see what we got here. See exactly what we're looking like. Doesn't appear that anybody's ever been in it. So hopefully we get lucky. I pretty much know it's gonna have to be cleaned. Ew. It's kind of crusty. Not bad. It's got some brownage in it, some soupage. It's not bad though. Needle stuck. Man, I hate that stuff. It smells so bad. Floats are stuck. They're supposed to fall. They won't even slide in there. They're supposed to slide on these little stems. So you can take these little caps off. These little small little caps off the stems. Don't lose them. Slide the floats. That bowl definitely needs to be clean. It was starting to deteriorate. You can see some mixing going on in there. So definitely going to have to clean this up. Looks like the needle needs to come out. The usual stuff. I have a friend of mine that was taking the floats off of his carburetor, and he hit it too hard and broke this ear off that holds the float and really screwed the carburetor up. It still ran, but it only had this one ear on the float. I mean, not on the float, but on this, well, you can call it the float flapper or whatever it is. It broke that ear smooth off right there. Hitting it too hard. Either it was frozen and you hit it too hard, or there's a needle and a flapper. So bet you this jet stopped plumb up. On these you can knock out the main jet. So we can knock that out of there. Should slide right out. That's the main jet. Be careful not to hit the threads. That's the main jet. It's got an old fuel filter on there. Guess we'll take that off. And it has, I think that is, I want to say that's the idle jet. Standing there, I can't remember. It's a little small jet. You gotta have a good flathead screwdriver to get it out of there. Might come out. I have had those frozen. So if you're going to pull these little jets out of here, make sure you got a good flathead screwdriver. Sometimes they're just frozen in there. So that's jet there. We got the seat. I want to take it off. Might be able to get it with these small pliers I got. If not, we'll get a socket. Go. There we go. I'm going to lose a little washer. Air screwage. I might just leave it alone. I don't think well, I say we'll just pull it out. Let's see how many counts it is. Really hate to leave it in there. Looks like, was it like 2.5? Sometimes I hate messing with them because they're already set. This one don't have a seal or a washer in there. don't appear to be. Some of them have like a little seal and a washer down in there where the air screw goes. I don't think this one does, which would be nice. Nope. Thank goodness for that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna do a quick spray through. Try and spray it out real good on the bowl too. We're not gonna soak it. I'm gonna try and loosen up the stuff, blow it out. We'll stick it back together and we'll stick it on there and see can we get the fire up. If it fires up and runs good, great. If it's act like it's got a carb problem, then we'll just take it back off and we'll just have to let it soak, clean up. But I think it's gonna pan out all right because it don't have that white chalky stuff in it yet. All right, so I got the carburetor cleaned out, sprayed it out real good. Just got it sitting in here. The oil pump is right down here below the carburetor. So what we're going to do is get this thing running, and I'm going to mix up some premix in my gas bottle, and we're going to see if that oil pump is pumping oil from the pump up to the carburetor. I don't want to say it's working and it's not, and we seize up this engine. So just to be safe, I'm gonna leave the hose off of the oil pump and to start pumping oil out, and we know it's working because the bottle is full. If it don't, that means the oil pump is junk, which on these Polarises, I never trust the oil pump. I have seen them go out and seize the engine up. We always just ran gas in the tank, pre-mix it. I'm pretty sure they're not going to want to put an oil pump on it. So they're actually keeping this one. So to get it running, we gotta take it back. So now we just gotta put a fuel line on the carburetor. Get a better fuel line this time. The last fuel line I had was leaking. Alright, we got the gas hooked to it. I mixed up a little pre-mix in the tank, and I'm gonna be watching that hose, make sure that it's spraying out 2-cycle oil. Looks like they got this thing idled all the way up. Here we go. I didn't see any oil coming out of the oil pump either. Could it be the plug? Let's try another plug. I have one. Didn't sound bad. Man, she don't want to run it off. Starting to bring up oil now. They don't want to take the gas at all. It's like the rev limiter's stuck on, maybe because we don't have the gauge cluster plugged up. It won't rev up. We'll plug the gauge cluster back in. Actually, it's in reverse. It was part way in reverse. I was trying to take off. It's got some oil pumping through there. I believe I'm gonna have to soak this carburetor. Yeah, I'm gonna have to soak this carburetor. It's not picking the fuel up, but the oil pump is working. So I'm gonna have to take the carb off, take it back down, and probably soak it overnight. And I think it'll be alright because I still have to spray stuff in it to get it to crank up. So, and then I'm going to get a new plug for it too. I put a used one in there. Other than that, the engine sounds good. Hopefully it's not pulling air from any of the seals. But I'm going to see about grabbing a brand new spark plug. Put that in there also. And then we'll try it. Well, I went down and got a new spark plug. She's running pretty good now. It's always good to work with new stuff. Wish the starter would work. Let's see what she fire back up. It runs. It's got oil coming out of the oil line. I'm going to fire it up again and make sure it's still pumping out, just to be sure. I don't care for these oil injections. I can see that the oil injection cable needs to be adjusted. It's coming out, but it's only coming out at wide open. I need to adjust the cable a little bit to where it's going to be really pumping it out there. So I guess I need to adjust this cable. It's like an 8mm. So I'll get that oil injection cable adjusted. That way oil will really be coming out of the hose, because it don't come out unless I hold the pump wide open. And the throttle is like half open. So I would really like to see a little bit more oil come out. So we'll let it cool off a bit and we'll get over there and adjust that cable. Alright, we're moving on with the gas tank. So I'm gonna pour some of this parts washer cleaner stuff I got. Somebody's happy that it's raining. We're gonna pour this in there and turn the petcock on and see what comes out. What I'll do is just rinse it around, shake it around in there. It just wanted to keep going. That's on, I believe. That's off. Somewhat off. There we go. This is, I believe, reserved. So yeah, it's working. So I'm gonna just take it and swish it around in there real good and then dump it back out. And the float, I think we can probably just, it's not that bad, it just needs to be I wonder could I sandblast that, or that would probably destroy it. I can hit it with the wire wheel. Of course the parts washer stuff might just clean it up. I might just put it in the parts washer. Or wherever, I hate to put that in there and it chip off in that tank. I'll just take it over to the parts washer and we'll clean it. Get all the junk off of it. Should be able to take this and just swish it around real good. I say there wasn't nothing really in there, but I can tell where it was kind of dried up. So we'll let it sit in there for a minute and figure out how to get it. We'll let it sit in there for a minute. Still working. And then I'll swish it around a couple more times and get it on the bike, and then we'll put the sending unit in. So we can check the starter solenoid and see why isn't the starter turning over. The solenoid clicks, but the starter's not making any noise. So this wire here on the solenoid, it runs to the starter. This one runs to the battery. So by clicking the solenoid with the key switch or hitting the start button, this one here going to the starter should light up. So let's see, can we scoot that off of there? Let's put the key in it. And we're gonna go straight to that post, because we know we got the key is on, so we should have battery voltage. So we got battery voltage going to the solenoid. So when we hit the start, it should. We don't have no voltage coming across the solenoid going to the starter. So that means that the solenoid is no good. I guess it's set up so long, maybe the contacts inside of it, it's bad. So we need a starter solenoid. I think I got one in my stash of lawnmower and ATV parts. So let me see if I can find one. Hopefully it's similar to it, and we will get it on there. So I found one that's kind of similar to it. It has the one wire which goes to the signal for the key switch. That's what sends the voltage to the solenoid and makes it draw in to make these two posts connect. It should bolt right up. That one has two 10mm bolts right on side of the battery box. So we should be able just to remove that one and put this one in its place, and we hook our battery cables up and our one wire. So first we need to remove the battery cable here. And we'll get a 10mm wrench. So let's take the battery. We're just going to take the hot post off. We'll just pull the whole solenoid out, and we'll take that wire there off. It's got one. It's got one wire. It's got the one wire back here that goes into the harness. I hope we don't have to pull the rear plastics off. That would suck. Let's get this one. That is the hot wire going to the ignition. So we got that wire there off, that single wire. So now we just got to pull this, is that a 10? That's 11. Pull this off of here. That's our starter wire. Now we can pull the solenoid off. This should be a 10mm. It's almost like it's a 3/8. Oh man, the bolt's turning all the way through, so that means we're gonna have to pull the battery back out. That sucks. So cool. Has some torque head screws. Why would they put that on there like that? Has a torque screw that runs all the way across. You don't want to make this difficult just to change the starter solenoid out. And that's too big. They could have at least made the studs onto the battery box. It doesn't been too much like right. Screw is super long. That's one. Then we got the bottom one we gotta deal with. It's already loose. Looks like a regular old solenoid, like what goes on a riding lawnmower. Man, it takes all day. All right. Take that off of there. So we need to take this other wire, 2 wires off. And they really know how to put it on there, huh? All right. Done yet? So there's that solenoid there. So hopefully we can get this other one. Should line right up. Should go right on there. I don't remember what this came off of. I think it was maybe for a winch solenoid. I think the hose is going to be a little bit off. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit off, but it'll work. I'll just get it started again. This ground wire's got to go in there too. think I want to go in there. All right. Put that in a weird spot. Come on. Oh man. Alright, so we got that one started. Just gotta tighten it up. One. Two. Make sure this one's tight. Alright, now we just got to plug up a single trigger wire. Ooh. I have to put a little tape on that because, man, that is janky. That little wire ain't made out of nothing. Might have to put another end on it. It's already broken. I'm gonna have to put another end on that. Let's go ahead and hook the starter wire up. I'll have to go get a connector. Actually, I'll probably just take it off of the other one. Not going to be using it anyway. Come on. Alright, we got that side on. I just got to fix this single wire. Better leave that loose. Alright, what we can do is put a connector on there. It's not going to work. I'm just going to have to whack that off of there. Take that off of there too. The wire ain't made out of nothing. I have to get a better one. put this in there. Alright, now we can plug this in. Tuck it back up in there somewhere. Nothing won't hit it. Alright. So now we gotta put this back on. That little rubber is so deformed it probably won't even slap. Ow! Ooh, that hurt. There she goes. So now we can put the battery back in. Hopefully we have starter this time. I think we will. I know we will. Don't want to over tighten these because the posts don't look too strong. All right, so we are connected. Sorry it took so long. All right, so let's see what she does. Contact. Oh yeah. You gotta turn the gas on. Starter sounds good. Turn the gas on. Runs good. Restart. Should restart right back up. That's all it was just the solenoid was bad. Set up too long. I kept hitting the off. I ain't used to having to start like a car ignition switch. So when I let off of it, I just turn it off. rock and roll. Ready to rip potato chip. So I'm gonna show you what else I did to it. If I didn't show you already, I fixed the gas meter. See, it's showing a quarter, what's that, 3/4 of a tank. What I did was, you know, it had all that rust and gummy gum on it. I just stuck it in the sandblaster, cleaned it up real nice, and now it floats. Still kind of stubborn, but as it goes down, that thing turns, and that's what makes the gas hand work. So, still not accurate, but it works. And so now we'll get the seat on it. I got to air the tires back up, and we'll take this thing for a little test run, make sure the brakes work, and should be good to go. Alright, here we go, fellas and ladies. The Trail Boss is all together, cranking by the key with the electric start. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit. The tires are still dry rotted, so I'm not going to be able to test ride too long because they're leaking. Leaking like a boat with a hole in it. But yeah, it runs real good. It's got decent power. So we'll take it for a little stroll right quick. We got some rain moving in, and I don't want to be out here in it. So we're gonna have to make this fast and in a hurry. Idle's good. He's smoking pretty good now. I might have had an oiler turned up too high on it. I turned it up a little bit because it wasn't smoking good enough when you get in top end, like when you get in high speed, I mean. But I think I might have to crank it down a little bit before it starts fouling plugs. But it does run good. For automatic, it don't run too bad. It runs real good to be automatic. I think they only made these in 250s. I don't think they made them bigger than that. I think they made a 350, but it was a Trail Boss or something, Explorer. One small problem though. I think the front wheel bearing's going bad. On the right side, I can hear it clicking. He did say something about the wheel bearing or something about the front end that needs to be fixed. So I'm definitely not going to ride it too much longer. I don't want to mess up the hub or front wheel fall off. But I do hear it clicking a little bit. Brought back from the dead, it runs. Like I say, it needs some tires and the wheel bearing, I think on the right side is clicking. So I think he said he had the parts. He was going to fix that himself. So if not, we'll go ahead and throw it on there and fix it for him. I mean, it's not a big deal, but yeah, it runs pretty good. Runs real nice. Got good power. I lubed the chain up. It's got an O-ring chain. Went through and lubed it up because it was rusty. And so that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it on the 2005 Polaris Trail Blazer 250. So y'all just keep your eyes peeled. Like I said, we got other stuff coming up. We still got the Pinto build. We got a side-by-side that I'm working on. That's mine actually. We got some more stuff. We got some more stuff coming up. So y'all just keep y'all eyes open. Keep smashing that like button when you got a chance to. If you like it, comment, share it, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Y'all be safe.